Hey, what's up, guys? So first and foremost, thank you so much for leaving on video. Um, I will get back to those questions a little later on today. For now, we're at Gabby's house because her dad wanted me to mow her lawn. So that's what I'll be doing soon. I have no idea how to mow a lawn or how even to work a mower, but hopefully it goes well and I trim that bush, as they say. Anyways, today is Friday the 13th. Bad luck 13th to most people, like my mom, who's really superstitious. You know, it was a funny story one time. My mom, she was overly superstitious that every Friday the 13th, no matter what day it was, I had to, like if it was a school day, well, of course it was a school day, but every Friday the 13th, I had to stay home the whole day. Me and her would just stay home the whole day. So if I was superstitious, then I would end up staying. I guess the bad luck would have been me staying with my mom. But that's what I did every Friday the 13th, and it was pretty crazy because he would keep us away from broken mirrors. And when we would walk the street, she would say, don't step on the crack, go around the ladder. Um, and she would say other things such as, like, watch out for black cats. And I remember one time we saw a black cat that when we were walking, we saw a black cat in front of us one time, and she was like, oh my God, let's cross, we have to cross the street so and walk around the black cat, because it was like a small kitty and it was black, and it was just sitting right in front of us as we were walking. And so when we crossed the street, so then she made us cross the street just so we could walk around the cat, and then once we walked past, we would go back across to the street we were just on. But that was pretty crazy. So I come from a really superstitious background, but myself, I don't believe in bad luck or anything.
Cutting the grass. But I hit the tree.
Oh, what you find? Oh, better make a wish.
Okay, those bees are chasing each other. They're playing tag.
She's scared of bees.
So.
So make a wish. Wish for those bees to go away.
I know, right? Get out of my house.
I got tired, so I just told her to do it because it's more easier, plus it's a nicer view. There's a bunch you missed in the middle. Push! Push! So after all that hard work, the grass is finally done, and it looks like perfection. Job well done. Pat in the back. Now the front to do. Oh man, so after about, how long were we there for? Like 2 hours? 3 hours. We finally finished doing both the front and the back. And you guys saw the job, so it was really tough. So make sure if you guys ever use a landscaper, make sure you tip them well, because it may look easy, but it's a lot of work. But it's done now, so I just want to go home and rest. Alright guys, so the vlog ends here. If you want to continue watching, I'm just going to be answering the questions you guys left to me yesterday. So if you want to stay and watch that, you could hear all the answers. If not, thanks for watching. And your question of the day is, what did you want to be when you were growing up? Example would be, when I was growing up, I wanted to be a fireman. And so what they did was they put us in a simulated apartment building, and they took us up to the second floor, and we all sat in a circle. The fireman started telling us stories, and as he was telling a story, the fire alarm went off, and then it started smoking in the where we were, and as it started smoking, all the kids went ballistic and went crazy and things like that, and nobody knew where to run or hide. So we ran, and the fireman was like, "Come here, come here! You gotta check the doors." So we all put our hands on the doorknob, and it was really hot. That I reached back and I just didn't know what to do, and I started crying. And then the fireman was like, "Oh, it's okay, it's okay." And he took me to my mom, and my mom was like, "I thought you wanted to be a fireman." And I just shook my head and put my head down. I was like, "Nah, not anymore." And then that's what I wanted to be when I grew up. So, what did you want to be below? What did you want it to be when you grew up? Comment below. Let me know. I'll see you tomorrow. If you got any questions, just comment them or email me. All the links and all the email addresses is below. So just leave it there. Tomorrow, a lot of things going on. There's a baby shower. So definitely you guys going to see the gifts. I would show you right now, but the person might see the gifts, so don't want that to happen. And also, maybe going to the circus. So we'll see about that. Well, I will see you guys tomorrow, and thanks for watching, and subscribe if you're a new visitor, and thanks again for watching. Bye-bye. The first question comes from Hale1990. Hale1990 asks, how do you like the crazy weather in DC? Well, a few days ago, the weather was about 50 degrees, and today was 75. Tomorrow's going to be 82, so as long as it stays above 60 for now, I can't complain. Next question is from Do You See Me? MEH. ERS. You asked, is that your girlfriend? Well, the answer of that is if you watch my other videos, you will find out. I'm not going to let you go that easy. The next one comes from Tribe 5. Basically, he says he grew up in a bad part of Puerto Rico, constant fighting and shooting. He just sits there and watches it. He never knows what's next. What can you do? Well, to answer that, basically you just want to look at the positive aspects that your neighborhood has to offer, and not the negative, because focusing on the positive is better than the negative, because I grew up in a bad neighborhood myself. Shooting, gangs, people selling drugs, and things like that. What I did was I just followed my own, did my own thing. Looked at what the positive things my neighborhood offered, and just focused on the positive that the neighborhood had to offer, and just ignored the negative and just acted as though that they are not there. The next, and if you want to go into details about that, just send me a message. I'll post links below, and I'll even leave my email address if you want to talk to me directly. Just send me a message, and we'll go into deep details about it. The next question is from Recane. I hope I'm saying that right. Basically, he says, is life guided by fate, or a series of random coincidences? Well, I think it's a coincidence because, example, I skipped school for 2 months. I didn't go to all my classes. I skipped my classes when I was there. And all of a sudden, this counselor came up to me, and she was like, you can't go on this path. You gotta really focus and do what you can do. They switched up my classes, and I liked music at the time, so they put my first period as band, and they thought that would give me a reason to go every morning, and it actually did give me a reason to go every morning until the semester was over. And then I ended up dropping out of the class. But even though I dropped out, the counselor gave me a few steps and with a little push from my girlfriend, those two people helped me and pushed me towards the right path, and I ended up going to a GED school, and I got my GED, and then which eventually I met other people who pushed me to go even further, and I went to college. So that's why I think life is a coincidence, because if I didn't meet those two people, I probably wouldn't have been in college or had my GED. And when I was in high school, I was like, oh, I'm not gonna go to college. I'm not gonna go to high school. I'm not gonna get a diploma. No point of going to college. It's just a waste of time. But look at me now. I'm 24 in college and got my GED. So life is a bunch of coincidence, I believe. Also about school, you guys want to take. I know I dropped out, but I that's something I regret and I will always regret. So I tell everybody who I speak to who's younger than me or in high school to just do it because it's free. You want to take advantage of those free things that they have to offer. I was in the band, as I just said, but I didn't take advantage of it. And now, if I want to go and learn the drums, I will have to pay out of my pocket, which at the time, if I did it at school, I would have to pay. So you just want to take advantage of those situations and do the best you can do about that. And that's it, I guess. Question of the day: when you were a kid, what did you? When you were a kid, what was your what? How can I put this? When you were a kid, growing up, what kind of job did you want to be? Example is when I was a kid, I wanted to be a firefighter, but then I went into a simulated fire room that was put on fire, not simulatedly, and that freaked me out. I started crying on the second floor, and then the fireman grabbed me by the hand, and basically I started crying, and I never wanted to be a fireman after that. But so yeah.